From Kalamazoo, direct to you, it's a WKZO.com quickcast.
They're more physical. They were better than us. We had to play a really fantastic game, I thought. We started off, I thought we were, our young kids and handled the venue real well early. And kind of got away from us. I thought the two roughing the passer calls, both on third down, that didn't help. And we never got in rhythm. I give the kids credit at halftime. They went back out there and we got it. Where it's 35-14, and and then we give up that drive right after that. And that kind of sealed the deal there. But they're a good football team, and we couldn't get much of a pass rush. And the kid can go back there and he can stand there and throw a lot of long balls. Our kid couldn't. That's the story of the game. I mean, it's we ended up in the very beginning almost going exclusively into the three-step game, and that's not really what we want to do. But to make sure Hillard could get off the ground, I mean, that's what we had to do. And then they pressed up and they kind of handled our receivers early, and that's what happened. I don't think it's rocket science. I mean, it's just the way it was.
Coach, what did you tell your team at halftime?
I just said, don't worry about the score. Just go out there, and we're gonna, you got to go out there and play. And there's a time, there's got to be a time where somebody's got to, they just got to say, I got to go out there and just play. And there wasn't no yelling or screaming. Understand what you need to do. I don't think we, when you got a bunch of young kids like we do, the preparation. They think they're preparing, but they don't understand what it's all about in college football, especially when you go in a venue like this. And you can see that out there. We're taking the eyes off the ball. We're not our routes. We're running slow, and they think they're there, but they're really not. And it takes a while. I mean, for a young kid, if you have one or two of those freshmen, it's not bad. But when you got as many as we got running around, first-year guys, they don't understand. Now, I will get, like I said, the second half, I thought they went out there. The first play, of course, we break it, but we were competitive in there. We were doing some really nice things, and we got the 35-14, and at that point, if you get a stop because we had to win, maybe I don't know if you're going to win the game, but you're going to do some things. And then we let them go down there, and they go 80 yards, 7 plays, and same thing happened with us last week. Our defense has got to understand when there's a ray of hope, you got to get stops, and we didn't do that. So what you do in the second half is you just teach it. After that, I called the whole defense over. Man, you need to get a stop. I mean, this is a crucial part of the time. And so there was a lot of that, getting the wideouts. Come here. You understand the venue out here. Rather than waiting on Monday, you got to do it on Saturday. You just can't run out there and just think you're going to get open. I mean, it's just, they're pretty good players.
There's been a lot of talk this week about the confidence of the defense. How are you going to pick them up, continue to pick them up for next week? And can you kind of address some of those roughing the passer penalties that had in the game?
Yeah, I didn't see either one of them or all three of them. I really didn't see them, so I can't really say. It looked like one. From what I understand, he threw it, and our kid just kind of went up there and shoved a little. I don't know. You see that on tape, but the kids they'll come back. I mean, so we've been here before. We understand, and we'll go out there and we'll keep playing and keep working, getting the young kids better. And and finish this thing off right, and that's that's what we're talking a lot. We got to get the next two, and feel pretty good about ourselves, and we'll do that.
You talked about the young guys, and it's not the maturation all season long. Do you feel like this is discouraging the way you guys came out in the first half? Or?
Discouraging? Yeah. No, I'll never be discouraged. Every once in a while, you hope that we get better, but as coaches, I mean, you just got to sit there and you got to keep plugging along. That's why they pay us, and it's you just got to keep working through it and try to find that magic button there. But you got to remember, I mean, these guys are playing in front of like 1,000 or 2,000 people in Yellowbirds, last year. And now you're asking them, playing a Big Ten, what's it, 74,000 people. I mean, they think they're getting themselves, but they really don't understand. But that's natural. I mean, that's really not. Any coach that says that it's not, I mean, they're dreaming. You just got to keep. I mean, you just got to keep on coaching. I mean, it's all you got to do. So if it's not working today, well, guess what? Maybe it'll work tomorrow. Maybe it'll work Tuesday or Wednesday. I mean, but I know one thing: if you don't don't keep on going, it'll never work.
Couple things. The first play, the 80-yard, 70-yard run from Michigan State. What can you describe what happened, why that happened there, and then what that kind of does to you right away when you're trying?
Yeah, we had a blitz in there and got stuffed, and one of our guys peeked in, saw it, and the kid just bounced it back outside, and then we just lost containment. If he stays outside where he's supposed to, they may get the first down, but I know they're not going to get the touchdown. So, but that's the little things that are happening to us. We're just an inch off here, another foot off there, and you just got to keep on going. It's got to be synchronized, and it's not right now.
You talk about them, flat out, this being more physical, a better football team. I mean, that's what happened with Iowa and Illinois the last few years. Kind of raises expectations for these a little bit. But I mean, there is a reality when you're in this venue about who you're facing defensively, and who you're up against in front on the line, what you're able to do.
When you look at those games, I mean, we had seniors that we could go to, Jamarco Simmons, Spider Joey. We don't have those guys this year. I mean, I think those guys would be good players, but last year and the year before, Jamarco was a lot of guys in this country would like to have coached Jamarco Simmons and Brandon Ledbetter and Spider Joey, those guys there. And so the young guys, when you sprinkle a few in there, it's not that big of a deal. But now when you're all like that, I mean, that's a big difference. We could say all we want about Tim Hiller, but Tim can't do it all by himself. I mean, those guys got to get themselves open. And that's really what happened. Put an extra guy in the box and pressed up, and now if you hold it for 5 steps, you're getting beat up front. If you take it for 3 steps, those guys got to learn the routes, and that didn't happen early either. Well, we really don't do too much scout teams. We play a lot with our first team and our second team. And scrimmage against them, because the scout teams, I don't think you get really good looks. So a lot of times we scrimmage 1s versus 1s, and we go 1s versus 2s, and then we go 1 versus the scouts in 5-play increments and try to help out. But see, at this time of the year, everybody's banged up. I mean, everybody's out there, and if you beat them up on Tuesday through Thursday, you won't have them on Saturday. It'll be a mess. And that's the risk. There's a 12-game schedule, and you don't have an open week. I talked to Mark beforehand. Everybody's beat up. I mean, when you don't have an open week, especially for guys like us to try to fix things, or that we're really young, a lot of guys are banged up, it takes its toll.
And we have last one.
Coach, can you talk about West's record breaker in the NCAA and what that means for your program?
Yeah, I think we've set a lot of records since we've been here. With Tim and with Jamarco and Greg and stuff like that. The NCAA record, I think that's a pretty great accomplishment for him. I think it's a great accomplishment for our kickoff return team. I'm sure he'll go out there and he'll thank a lot of guys too for getting him that yardage there. So I think it's a fantastic accomplishment that we're really proud of.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, guys.